Hello and welcome back to another episode of MTG Grits. Today I think I'm going to run through the process of powder coating a set of alloy wheels and kind of the process that we do. So what better car to start with? We have a Range Rover Sport, very nice I must admit. This is a regular customer of ours. Brings quite a lot of his cars to us that he's selling on, so this one's in for, he sold the car, the wheels need refurbing. They're a set of, let's have a look, I've already whipped them off. Inch alloys. Let me take you off my stand. Here they are. They are mahoosive. They're 275, 45, 21. We've got 4 of them to do. As you can see, they were diamond cut before. You can see it's picking off. Again, a lot of people change their diamond cut wheels to just a factory colour. We don't offer diamond cut. There is other places on the island that do offer that. As you can see, it's all corroded from the centres there. So basically we've got the car in, we've jacked it up. We have 2 of these bays, one here and one with Spen's car on at the moment. On it goes, it then wheels off, wheel nuts all of each one. These have got tyre pressure valves in, so each valve and each tyre will stay under each bay to go with each wheel, so they never get mixed up. Obviously a lot of people get funny about wheel sensors. We always want to make sure that wheel sensors are matched back to the wheels. It's all computerized, it's all very clever, so we don't want to disrupt any of that. So yeah, let's get on and let's get all 4 of these tyres taken off. Okay, so start the time lapse on that, just to run through it quite quickly, but there's nothing quite quick about these wheels at the moment. Just shows you what some of the struggles you might have when it comes to doing jobs like this. I've tried, as you can see, I'll put the time lapse in, or you should have just seen it. You can see that I'm trying to get the tyre off. The tyre machine's just pushing against the tyre. The tyres are so rock hard and solid. Again, nothing wrong with the tyres, it's just the way they are. So I'm going to take the rubber foot off and just try and push my way around. It's just, there we go. So the rubber cush is just stopping it from bringing itself around. You can see that I've pushed the edge of the tyre off there. Another thing I can't seem to do is get the centre caps out of the valves. The valves themselves have got the sensors in. As I mentioned earlier, normally you can just release the sensor from the 12mm socket, which is just inside here. I'm struggling to do that at the moment, so I'm going to have to pop the tyre all the way off the bead, take the tyre off carefully, and then work out exactly what we're going to do with the sensor. There's a high chance it's going to be a new sensor. There's a high chance it might just want a pair of grips on it. But you can see these massive tyres are by far causing us a bit of headache. This is only wheel 1. Keep pushing your way off. Keep pushing your way around. So, that's the wheel popped off onto the tyre machine. We'll push our way under. So we're basically clamping the jaws of the tyre machine under each section, and then we'll close it up. That's it locked in place then. Wheel in line. Bring the arm down. We've got a side roller, which is the third arm we call it. That basically, I can lower that down then, rotate the wheel round. Basically pushes the tyre off the edge of the rim there. Let me just put you back where you were so you can see. Just watch me carry on. I'm gonna adjust the arm and pull the tyre off. One thing I've got to do though is the valve itself is here. And what I'm going to do here is keep the valve over this side. And I'll explain why in a sec. Bring the arm down, line the arm up on the ring. Now this has got a protective rubber foot on here that stops it from damaging the wheels. Again, doesn't really matter at the moment. We know we're refurbing these. You can see that a bit chipped off. So we use the tyre third arm to bring it down. We're going to put the tyre under the lever. And as we bring it back up, we're going to push the edge of this tyre all the way around, causing a bit of force on here. Again, like I said, we're going to watch out for that sensor which is still here. The reason that sensor's there is you're just about to find out. You're going to rotate round, you're going to rotate round. It's pulled that, see how it lifted? The sensor is here. It's pulled the tyre off and it hasn't caught on the sensor to try and rip it off. So we just carry on. That's the first section of the tyre off there. And I'm going to do exactly the same again. I'm going to position the valve here. Because we've got to leave it in place and we can't get it off. What I like to do is release the 12mm, push it down so the sensor's now floating around inside. We'll try and do that with another one. So, lever in the back, pull the tyre all the way up, flick it over, rotate the tyre around. And now you should just see now come around the sensor. Tyre is completely off. Release the arm. Now the tyre goes back under the wheel, but we have got to tackle this sensor. Let's have a quick look. So it's in place there, and you can see here, see here, if it focuses, how corroded it is. We're going to try and get a couple of sockets on there, see what we can do, see how we get on. This, I'm going to time lapse because then you can't hear me swear. Okay, so there you have it. You might have seen the time lapse. So what happens is it seizes onto it, and because it seizes onto it, see all the white stuff, that's the aluminium on the aluminium. So basically you have to remove this piece. You can see I haven't cracked the plastic there, I've just managed to bend the metal slightly. Bit of agitating, you slowly get it off. So all we're going to do now, get our grips, get our hammer and slightly tap that straight back again, and then it will fit straight back in where it needs to go. It just slots in between these two panels here just to hold it in place. But obviously as you try and do it, it's so easy to try and snap these, so it's quite a task to get it nice. The air blows through it, it senses how much air is in the tyre, puts a warning on the dash. So we'll just slide that back in there when it's done. Goes this way around, goes the pointed way in, like that. It's enough as it is, but I will straighten that back out. I'll do that right now. So there you have it, straighten back out. I'll literally just clip the sensor back in it. It's hard for me to show you so you can see it. It's clipped back in, so ready to refit to that wheel. So all we do now, just to finish this wheel off, take the tools off that we use, release the tyre from the, release the wheel from the machine, tap the centre cap out, and then we'll just release off any of the stickiness, the sticky residue that's been placed on by the wheel weights. Now the reason we scrape it off is because the acid that removes the paint for some reason doesn't like taking the sticky or the foam off, so it tends to leave it on there and get a better finish. Again, just through time and experience of that, and you can see, so I haven't removed a single weight yet, but there's two areas that have got weights, stickiness on. There's 3 areas, and there's a strip of weights there that we're just going to cut off, stick them in our waste bin. I'm not going to bore you with all 4 of these. I'll whip the other 3 off, and I'll let you know where we're at. Okay, so just to recap, that was hard work. 2 of the valves came out lovely, the other 2 were as I showed, which is good. It showed you on the first one, just to see quite how bad they were to try and get off. It's looking like this wheel here is probably the worst condition. You know, it's quite a bit down the edge. We're going to have to do a bit of repairing on. Same as this one here. So that's how they are. We're going to get suited up and we're just going to chuck them in the acid bath. So here it is. This is our custom made stainless steel acid bath. This will take 4 22-inch alloys, so plenty of room in there. Just going to get these wheels loaded in. These are 21s, so they're going to fit fine. So that's the third one in now. Trying to squeeze them in down the gaps. Just got to be so careful of any splashing. We are going to have to top this acid bath up. Those wheels should be immersed within the fluid. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we've got a lot of it, so we're going to put in there whatever we've got left. So, as you can see, they haven't quite made it. We've got in there as much as we have. It doesn't matter. Just after 10 minutes, we'll flip them over, keep rotating them around so they're constantly within the fluid. We'll have to order some more tomorrow. So that's all 4 wheels that have been flipped over, still immersed in there. As you can see from this one, there's a few bits of powder still left on the face, but majority is off. You can see there where the diamond cut face used to be. All we're going to do now is let that drip off, get any residue off that might be on it, and then we're going to put it onto the wash bay. As you can see from this one, it isn't quite finished yet, it's going back in. So here we're just jet washing off using a Karcher K4. So the acid itself neutralises with the water, so just making sure that we get all of that off. It'll also blast off any last bits of powder that might be loose on there. So this is a 4th and final wheel. As you can see, it looks like the powder's hardly come off at all. So we're going to pull off what we can, give it a jet wash, and then we'll give it an assessment. Okay, so here we are. This is the wheel that I was showing you earlier with the deep gouges in. That's something we'll address. We'll get that looking mint again. Like I said, 3 of them, really good. 4th one, unfortunately, is going to have to go back in the acid. It's just one of those things, just isn't coming off. It must have an extra layer on it, or, well, there's no way they've been in the acid at the same time. 3 of them absolutely perfect. One of them not so good. It's getting late now, so we're off. So we're going to end it there. Part 2 to follow very soon. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe, leave a comment. Some days you get tough ones. 21-inch Range Rover wheels. That's tough. We're going to make some improvements to those wheels. They're going to look fantastic. Keep it real.